So I just helped my girlfriend set up her first ever credit card, and it's funny because her credit score just went up 30 points from it. And she had never owned a credit card up until this point. And so I went it up and told her a bit about credit and helped her understand a little bit more, just because credit score is very important. And I want her to be able to have a good credit score, but I also don't want her to go through some of the mistakes that I had went to when I got my first credit card. Because honestly, when I got my first credit card, it was kind of just like, oh, I wanted to do it, but no one really ever told me exactly what getting your first credit score or credit card really meant, and how to use it. And I feel like that's something I definitely wish someone had told me. So I made sure and told her some of these things. That way she can make sure she's doing the right things and not messing herself up with this credit mistakes that can happen. So the first thing I honestly told her, and some people might disagree with this, but her personally, like my girlfriend, she's pretty scared of credit. She's very terrified of it because she sees the things that people do and she really wants nothing to do with it. And I understand that, honestly, personally, I think that's a good reason to not be in credit because deep down she knows it could be scary. She doesn't want to deal with it. So I told her with her first credit card, her scores are already really amazing right now. Her scores are like 730 on Experian and 750 on TransUnion. So she's already got a pretty decent score, and she's only 21. So she's still very young with a really good score. So she doesn't really need to do anything right now in terms of credit. So I told her only use that credit card for gas. Legit, that's it. She has a Discover It student card, with a $1,500 credit limit and a pretty nice interest rate. And that's the only card she has. And I told her just literally only use it for gas. Don't use it for all these other things. Don't try to pay. She already has a good emergency fund. She has her debit card that she still uses wisely. Everything she pays for in debit, and she gets cash as well from her serving job. She doesn't need to use that credit card for anything else. So I told her, only use it for gas. Just use it, make payments, show you're good with it, and that's all you need to do right now. You don't need anything else. You don't need to, be using it and trying to like boost rewards and try to find all this. And as I was like telling her this, it kind of made me think, about people who don't really have much knowledge in credit. I feel like a lot of people, especially in the credit card industry, they tend to try to tell you all these different things and bonus points and rewards about credit cards, like how you get, 2% cash back on this and 3% cash back on travel and 5% cash back on restaurants at this certain time period and all these different things. And I think if you are big in the credit game and you know how to utilize it correctly, you can. But it also made me think about someone like my girlfriend who literally doesn't care about any of that stuff. Like she just doesn't notice that. It makes me think like just how simplified our life can kind of be sometimes when we don't like think about it.